just on our way to visit with Samantha Howard. I met her the other night at a talk that I was doing, and she and her husband came up to me and said that they just wanted to share with me that they had these two little children that were covered in eczema from head to toe, and since they've been on the natural way and on a gluten and dairy-free diet, their skins have been beautiful, soft and smooth. And in fact, her words to me were that she wanted to cry every time she looked at her daughter, because this beautiful baby girl was born literally covered in eczema from head to toe, and nobody could help her. She went from doctor to doctor. She went to the hospital. She changed medication. Eventually, somebody in Cape Town, one of our natural health consultants, Jean Innes, who's a good friend of her mother, mentioned that she should read Healthy Kids and follow the guidelines that were in there and get the children off dairy products and soy and off gluten. And so we're on our way to just chat to her and see how her children are doing, and just meet with her and see, here's a mother who, what amazes me is that she's here in England all on her own with no actual family support. Her parents-in-law live in South Africa, her parents live in South Africa, both her and her husband's families, entire families live in South Africa. She's here on her own. She just took that book and she ran with it. And, you know, she had incredible opposition from the medical profession telling her that goat's milk was dangerous and it wasn't scientifically proven or properly researched. And here she, you know, she's going to be sharing with us what she found out. But here, all on her own in this country, she did it. Which makes me realize that there are a lot of people out there who have 101 excuses as to why they don't get healthy. You know, they live on their own, their family's too big, there's too many pressures. I mean, could you imagine more pressure than living in a country all on your own with no support system at all? So let's go off and see Samantha.
I think it's never been like that before.
It's amazing. You have beautiful skin. Beautiful. You have beautiful arms.
Daughter.
No, you can't have water. No water now.
Daughter. Hello, we're still moving.
We're just going to talk then. So did both of them have eczema?
Both of them, and as well as eczema, they had their nose was blocked, and so they struggled to breathe. And they both had like lack of appetite, and I think because their nose was blocked, they couldn't taste the food, they couldn't smell the food. I mean, Joshy was so bad when he was little. For him to have a yogurt a day was something. That was it. He just had no appetite at all. And obviously we went to the GPs, and it was just a nightmare. They just, whatever you say, they just against, and like they prescribed creams for him. E45 cream, and it just didn't do anything.
Were they cortisone based?
Well, with Hannah they gave her hydrocortisone cream, you know, when we went. Because first of all they gave her E45 cream because I was just so frustrated and desperate. I said, you've got to do something. So they gave her...
So their skins were just covered with just the arms?
All over their body, their legs, their back, especially in like all the creases. Those are especially bad. So they gave her, her skin was so bad that we went to A&E, it was cracked open and it was actually bleeding all over her body. And we went there, I was just desperate, because you know you can just walk into A&E, and I went and then I just said, look, you've got to do something, something's wrong. And when I said to them, you know, after reading your book, maybe it's the dairy and gluten, and they said, no ways, if it was that, growth would be stunted and everything.
Yeah.
So then they prescribed that hydrocortisone cream, which was a steroid cream. I think it was 1% or something. Anyway, I refused to put it on. I said, no ways I'm going to do that. So then I took them off. I said to myself, you know, because Mom was in contact with Jean in Cape Town, and I said, well, that's it, we're going to do this.
This is what I need.
So, because I was getting to a stage I was desperate, because he was scheduled for his A's and E's operation to take them out, because he snored so badly at night time and he wasn't sleeping properly, and that's what the doctors thought the answer was.
Adenoids out.
Yeah, so Jean said no, we mustn't, because God put every piece of our body in for a reason, you know. So that's when we decided, okay, we're going to go for it. That was March 2004. So I took them both off. Hannah was about 4 months, Joshua was about 3.5. So we took them off the gluten, wheat and dairy. But I went on to the soya first because I was just trying. And they did improve a lot, although their skins didn't improve and they still had a bit of a nasal drip.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, we'll go off the soya as well and go onto the goat's milk. And after 6 weeks, both of them just so improved. I mean, Joshy could breathe before. You could actually hear when he spoke. It's like he had flu all the time. You know, it was like, you could just tell. I mean, we were watching a video the other day and it's just the way he spoke. It's like, I wonder why we didn't realize something, because, you know, it's like he got a blocked nose all the time. It was weird. But within 6 weeks, after we took them off trying the soya as well, they were, I mean, I would tears to my eyes because her skin was like silk. It's never ever been like silk. Just,
And she does.
you do it, baby.
She's got beautiful skin.
Sit down. But it wasn't like that naturally, you know.
Oh.
But
So
I
she
mean,
was literally born with...
well, they put her on Aptimal, which is also dairy. That's okay, baby. And then they put her on Nutramigen. I don't know if you've heard of that. But
This was the hospital or the doctor?
they said that's the best formula. But still dairy, so didn't do anything. So we just went on to, I think it's called Infosoy.
Yeah.
And as I say, she did improve, but she wasn't 100%. And like when you're trying to feed her a bottle, her noses, you know what they're like,
Yeah,
they can't breathe. And she was just like, and that's when we went on to the goat's milk formula, which we just got over the internet. And then when she was 8 months, I just went on to the fresh goat's milk. But the doctors were quite funny. They were so against the fresh goat's milk. They said, you know, not enough research has been done, and I think there's too much folic acid in goat's milk for you to do this. We really don't recommend it.
Too much folic acid, goodness.
They're really against it. So I just did it by myself, and obviously we had to go and see the pediatricians because, you know, they want to make sure you're not killing off your children. So basically I went and I told them my story, and they said, well, there's nothing we can do. We agree that whatever you've done's fixed them, you know, carry on. And then, well, I explained that we're on the goat's milk, and they said, well, we still don't actually recommend you carry on with the goat's milk. There's not enough research.
So she'd improved dramatically and they said don't carry on
but
with
they
it.
still don't recommend it, so I don't bother to see them anymore. They're fine.
Oh, they look perfect.
And they're both so advanced. I always tease my mum that it's flaxseed oil. Like Josh is in playgroup of 30 children, and like he's a top 3. And I mean, Hannah's only 20 months old, and she's got okay, the way she speaks I can understand, but she's saying like 40 words, and she's only 20 months old. They just, you know, way above what they should be doing, their milestones and everything.
So what is their diet like now?
Well, Hannah's just on fruit and vegetables at the minute. They both have a banana for breakfast, a huge ripe one. And in the banana they have the oil.
Yeah. What oil is that?
The flaxseed.
Flax oil, yeah.
Don't be scared of spiders, baby. It's
Why
not,
they bite me?
they won't bite you. Only big ones bite you. Sit down, please.
I can't see.
You're going to get done by a
I don't want to.
Quite a little.
Don't be scared.
Tasting it.
Look, Hannah's not scared. Sorry. You're scared at all. Look.
Tea.
Scared of a spider. See how small it is and how big are you?
Big.
Yeah, so don't be scared of it. That's okay.
Are you a little thuglet? Hmm?
This one I'm showing. A little boy. She's got no fear. She just...
Huh?
Here she is.
Sit by me. Pick up
Front
some
of you, friend.
Let's see your beautiful skin, all of you. Let's see your beautiful skin. Look at
She's
that.
got those little, remember I said
Mommy, we start that cold.
those little pimples.
Oh, look at these pretty legs and these pretty arms.
But she's exercising, Chloe.
Are you exercising? Oh, is it what Mummy does in the morning?
Okay. And yeah, she has another banana before bed. She has mango. She loves a little plastic container of raisins.
Yeah.
And then she just drinks her goat's milk, and yeah, I'm doing a bit of juice because she's not mastering the water, but I'm going to try the frozen ice cubes.
Okay.
Because Joshie doesn't mind water, but think she's a bit of a fussball.
Yeah. So they're both taking the flax. They're not taking barley at this stage. They're just
No,
the
not
flax.
yet, but I wanted to order those ones you were talking about last week.
Yes, yeah.
And just take those.
They can
when
take
it's
them.
done.
Because you'll find as well, you say he's still got a couple of bumps on the skin. I'm sure that those clear up when he's on the barley because that has a really good effect on the skin. And they're on gluten-free as well.
Yeah, gluten, wheat, and dairy.
Okay.
Free. So,
Yeah. Samantha, you mentioned Jean. Would that be Jean Innes in Cape Town?
yes, Jean, she's a good friend of my mum in Cape Town, and she was a godsend, just telling us about you and your book. If it wasn't for her.
Yeah. She's actually
Very big.
she's done the natural health and nutrition course.
Okay.
So she's actually consulting and helping people as well. That's fantastic
She's amazing.
to know that she helped you so much. I mean, it's actually awesome.
It was amazing. I
Wonderful.
don't know what we would have done, honestly.
You're going to tell the lady about God.
We said, Mom.
I know God and I know Jesus. And
No, not
okay.
God.
No card. He made you a card.
Oh, did you make me a card? I thought you said, are you going to lead the lady to God? I thought, what a spiritual child.
Oh, yeah. No, it's all about Jesus.
I'm sitting on my bum, yes. Yep, you want to sit on your bum
No,
too?
Jean was really fantastic.
I can't.
I don't know what we'd be.
So did she just tell you or did you read one of the
Well,
books?
Mum knows Jean is a friend of Mum's, and then Mum was just mentioning, look, my grandchildren, have all these problems, and Sam's struggling, and then Jean mentioned your book and said, well, she needs to get hold of it and try
Yeah.
it. And
So did your mum post you that or did Jean post
no,
you?
my mum said, the first thing my mum just phoned and she said, you've just got to, I've been praying a lot before I tell you this, but she said, you've just got to try this. You need to get hold of this book and you need to get off the gluten, wheat and dairy.
So where did you get the book sent to you from?
From the internet, that's Annalene Thomas.
Oh, okay, yes,
Yeah,
okay.
I just went over the internet and bought it
Bought
straight
it
away.
straight away,
And then,
yeah.
yeah, it's my Bible, my second Bible. As Mum calls it.
Your health Bible,
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know.
It is, it's actually very much a reference book more than just something you sit
And you
and
just
read,
keep flipping back.
Yeah. Well, it's fantastic to know that. I mean, it's, I mean, here you are in the UK all on your own. Your mum is in South Africa.
Mum's in Cape Town.
Yeah, and you've got no real support
Yeah,
system.
and not being funny, but the GPs, it's scary. It was such a nightmare because they just don't help you. I know they're general practitioners, but
Yeah.
everything you
Well, the
say,
thing
they're
is,
just against
they-
the health of
They don't study the effect that food has on disease. What they study is the effect, what kind of medication to take for what kind of disease. So if they see eczema, what they know is this is the kind of medication we'll use in the child of this age for
But I
eczema.
mean, they give the steroid cream. That's crazy.
I know, because they don't know anything else. Unless, of course, they've gone and studied something in the field of nutrition, which many of them haven't. So it's unfortunate, but I think we need to understand that doctors study diseases and how to treat them.
So excited to give you this.
Have you got a present for me? Oh, is this not beautiful? Can I have a kiss?
Kiss.
And for me.
And for you.
Nice.
Thank you so much. I can give you hugs. And a big hug.
And the love.
And a big love. Oh, man. Yeah, you
just
make me
take
miss
it
my
to you.
grandchild. I've got 2 little grandchildren. Yeah. This is very nice of you.
Yes.
And so what is it?
Yes.
Would you like to open it for me? Okay, you come and sit here and open this for me.
Oh, hello. Let's make it that comfortable.
Yep. Yep.
Did I open the bit?
I still can't know what it is. You'll have to open it all together. Hannah will have to open the card. Can you open the card, Hannah? Can you open the card? Take the card out. Oh, well, thank you. That's so nice. And what does this say? Oh, look at that. There's a birdie.
No, it's not yours.
Baby.
No, Hannah, they're not
Look
yours.
at this. Guess what this is?
I think so.
Look at those. Aren't they delicious? Would you like one?
They're not yours.
You're going to have one.
Let's take another pip one.
Don't swallow the pip, hey?
Is it there? Okay, take it out.
Would you like one?
Oh, no, thank you.
No, only one. Eat that one first. And I'm going to have one.
You put this pip in the bin. We chew into the pips. Finish and then you put
This is much better than chocolates, hey? One for you.
No, Hannah, you've got yours.
Yeah, that one's for Mummy.